President Barack Obama says the U.S. commitment is changing from military to diplomatic in a bid to bring stability to Iraq. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad is the world's largest, and Washington plans to open consulates and branch offices in 4 other Iraqi cities. Diplomats in the northern Kurdish city of Erbil will work on soothing Arab-Kurdish tensions. The consulate in the southern city of Basra will help U.S. companies set up operations in the oil-rich area. Thousands of American troops left Iraq this month. Manal Omar heads the Iraq program at the U.S. Institute of Peace. She says Iraqis are wondering what will happen next.
They hear what Obama's saying, but what they're actually seeing is the large pullout. And so, they're wondering, is there really strength behind the words? And that's the big question for the Iraqis. The average Iraqi is saying, are the Americans going to leave us?
The 50,000 U.S. troops remaining in Iraq will focus on security for American civilians, counterinsurgency, and training Iraqi security forces. In 2011, the remaining U.S. troops are to pull out. But General Ray Odierno, the top U.S. commander in Iraq, says some troops may stay past the deadline. Ken Pollack, an Iraq expert at the Brookings Institution, says some Iraqis want U.S. troops to remain. The failure to form a new Iraqi government is complicating U.S. efforts. Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki and former Prime Minister Ayad Allawi are struggling over forming a new government. Mr. Allawi's party narrowly won the March parliamentary election. Pollack met recently with officials in Iraq and says he does not see the stalemate ending soon. Manal Omar says the U.S. could garner support in Iraq by helping to improve basic services.
There's a lot of frustration at the lack of delivery of services. Iraqis are still amazed that there's problems with electricity and there's problems with water, and they look at the U.S. for answers. Why did that not take place? And I think that if the diplomatic effort was able to show that these are improving, you will see a huge amount of cooperation from the Iraqi people.
By October 2011, the State Department is to assume responsibility for training the Iraqi police. To pay for the ramped-up presence in Iraq, the department needs to convince Congress that spending more money on diplomacy is cheaper than military operations. Deborah Block, VOA News, Washington.